tickets, write your name on them, all that stuff, or whatever else you got going on. We only got 10 minutes. So I'm going to try my best to give y'all a crash course in resetting your mindset, rewiring your brain. Well, first of all, I'm Takia Diamond. I'm a personal development and professional development financial psychologist, which just means money mindset coach, and also a reality transformation coach, which just means helping you to rewire your brain in order to manifest the things that you want into your life. Today, I actually wanted to talk to you guys about, let me grab my little notes, because being I got to crash through this, let me just slide through it, and it's easy if I look through it, okay? So today, my topic of discussion is that your trauma is not an excuse to hold your future hostage, okay? Trauma is not an excuse to hold your future hostage. So let me ask you guys, because like I said, guys, I'm going to just breeze through a crash course, okay? All right, so have you ever felt like your past experiences are dictating your present and your future possibilities? Look at the person next to you and say, I can relate. I can relate. I know that's right. Have you ever had your heart broke? Have you ever experienced heartbreak, right?
Yes.
All right, so I got to break your heart myself real quick and tell you that nobody can break our heart. What happens is they actually break our expectations. Exactly. They break our expectations. We think that they should behave a certain way, and when they don't behave a certain way, our heart feels like it's broken, but it's really just an emotional charge within your heart based on what you have experienced. That's basically what it is. So the main thing to understand is that trauma, it actually creates limiting beliefs, right? So when you experience certain things in your life, what happens? Now you might have a thought of, I'm not good enough. You may have a thought of, I'm not pretty enough. You may have a thought of, I'm not skilled enough. You know, whatever the case might be. But the good thing about that is we have what's called neuroplasticity in our brains, which allows us to change the way that we think in order for us to shift our reality. Okay? But that requires for us to make the decision that that's what we're going to do. Right? All right. So the truth is, you have been mind hacked. You've been mind hacked, you've been robbed, and you've been hijacked by a few thieves. Okay? And actually, you know these thieves very well. So I'm going to ask you guys, Shadira, because Shadira, well, first I'll be saying Shadira is one of my, not only is she just one of my clients, but her author coach, her life coach, her business coach, but just everything. This is my baby, and she's been my test dummy for a lot of stuff. I didn't have to tell Shadira. Shadira, ooh, she put you to a test because her emotions be all over the place. Her beliefs, everything. And so I'm glad to be sitting next to her right now because she was one of my hardest works of art to create this being right here who has shifted drastically. I can't even explain it. I got to hurry up and get to the point. All right. So rewiring your brain is the solution to having these thieves mentally, physically, and emotionally arrested. So let me talk about who the robbers of your destiny have been that have been in your face the whole time, and you just didn't see them as thieves. So the thieves that have been in your life are doubt, fear, shame, guilt, right? Unworthiness, uncertainty, fill in the blank, right? And the thing is because we lack consciousness or awareness that these things are hindering our success, by default, this is our programming. This is our default programming. I can't do this because this is what's going to be the result. But what if you change the way that you thought about what you're thinking about in order to get a different result? Right? We all have that power, but not all of us use it. That's the problem, right? However, it's not really a problem. It could be solved by us changing the way we think and rewiring our brain. Now, again, I'm so crushed for time, y'all. I'm going to try to, okay? What we think about, we bring about, whether it's conscious or unconscious. Most people are always creating an unwanted reality from their past instead of installing a new future in the present moment. The truth is our subconscious mind does not know the difference between what's real and what's fake. And because we create so much of our lives forward from our past, we wonder, why do you keep experiencing the same thing over and over again? It's because you haven't changed the thoughts that you have about what you're thinking about. So the more that you think, man, listen, I know I'm cute, but I can't get no man. I know I can make some money, but I don't know how I can't get it, right? What are the thoughts? And I tell you one thing, Shadira is definitely somebody who I used to get on her about her money mindset, because we would go traveling around the world, as this one said, right? And Shadira we would go to a restaurant, she would buy everything on the menu. I'm not exaggerating, y'all. She'd be like, okay, give me the chicken, give me the pasta, give me those rice, give me the salad. I'd be like, what are you doing? But the way that her mind was wired is that she wanted what she wanted, but she wasn't paying attention to the consequences that would follow, right? And so that's why I stepped in.
Because you ate what I didn't eat.
I sure did. I sure did. And she knew I was going to eat it. And she fed the whole restaurant. Anybody else who wanted some, come and get it. That was Shadira. And she gotten a lot better now. But she don't do that as much. She don't let me see it. She don't do that as much now. But my main thing to say to you guys, though, is that trauma is not an excuse. And I want y'all to repeat after me, and I'm going to go through some belief shifts with y'all, like, real quick, and then I know we got to get out of here. But y'all can always follow me, work with me, or whatever the case may be, okay? All right, so repeat after me 3 times. I want you to say it louder and louder each time that you say it, okay? So trauma is not an excuse. Y'all ready? Trauma is not an excuse. Say it again. Trauma is not an excuse. Say it again. Trauma is not an excuse. Yes, clap it up for yourself. Because trauma, it is not an excuse, right? And I'm going to give you a few examples, and I want y'all to repeat after me with this. Say, trauma was my excuse for being broke.
Trauma was my excuse for being broke.
But trauma is not an excuse for me to stay broke.
But trauma is not an excuse for me to stay broke.
How does that feel? How does that feel? Right? It feels good to be like, listen, I don't have to let my past problems, my past behaviors be the default of where I'm going or what I can change, because trauma is not the excuse for me to hold my success hostage. It's not. It's me changing my beliefs. It's me changing my habits. It's me changing the way that I feel. It's me changing the emotional charge of the things that I say when I'm speaking the things that I say, right? And if I have an understanding of what it is, what the charge is that I'm holding behind what I'm saying that I want, or what I believe, or whatever the case may be, then I can be more in control of how hot the heat goes up or how low the heat stays down. You got me? Okay, so let's go to the next one. Trauma was an excuse for me to feel unworthy and undervalued.
Trauma was an excuse for me to feel unworthy and undervalued.
My throat dry, y'all. Sorry. But trauma is not an excuse for me to not see my worth.
But trauma is not an excuse for me to not see my worth.
And increase my value.
And increase my value.
Trauma was not an excuse for me not receiving the love that I desire.
Trauma is not an excuse for me not receiving the love I desire.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. That's the opposite. Trauma was the excuse. That's the excuse that we use. Trauma was the excuse of why I couldn't receive the love that I desired, right? And then we switched that to trauma is not an excuse to deprive myself of a loving relationship and a connection that is worthy of who I become. I know that's a lot. Y'all don't even got to repeat that. Y'all get the point, okay? We're going to do one more, right? So trauma was an excuse for me to feel shame and guilt about my past. Trauma was an excuse for me to feel shame and guilt about my past. But trauma is not an excuse
Trauma is not an excuse
to remain hindered by my past.
to remain hindered by my past.
I can change my future.
I can change my future.
I can create my future.
I can create my future.
And letting my past control me
And letting my past control me
is not in my future.
is not my
Hey, y'all clap it up for yourself again. So, yeah, my throat is so dry. I need some water. But anyway, all right. So the last thing I'm going to close out with, so we can, because we really gotta get out of here, is I'm going to give you some things to help you to reframe the negative statements that we may say about ourselves. Because it's a lot of things that we don't have and we don't do because we are speaking the opposite of what it is that we want. But we're only speaking the opposite because it's an underlying rooted belief. It's like your brain is on a loop. It's replaying over and over and over what you don't want, what you don't want. And then you wake up and you're like, why is my life like this? But the problem is you're asking the wrong questions. You're asking, why is my life like this? Instead of saying, what can I change so that my life can be different? You know, what has to change in order for me to be confident? Not, damn, why am I not so confident? Oh, damn, why am I so broke? No, what has to change in order for me to become prosperous? What has to change in me in order for me to do those things that I know or have those things that I deserve and I desire, right? All right, so let's go ahead and do some reframing. We're going to say some negative statements, and then we're going to turn it into a positive one. And this is just really just to show you that you can shift your mindset, and I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? All right, so this is the negative. I'm not good enough to manage this project. The positive is I have the skills and I have the determination to successfully manage this project. The negative is, I'm too young to be a manager. The positive is my youth brings a fresh perspective and energy to leadership. The negative is I don't have enough time to invest in myself. The positive is I prioritize self-improvement and I make time for my personal growth. The negative is I'm not smart enough to lead this meeting. The positive is I am well prepared and capable of leading this meeting efficiently. Okay? The negative is I don't have enough experience for this big career move. The positive is I am ready for this career move and my skills will continue to grow. The negative is the negative is I'll never be successful in my industry. The positive is I am committed to achieving success in my industry. The negative is I don't have enough money to enjoy my life. The positive is I find joy in the simple pleasures and I make the most of what I have and I'm open to receive all that I need in order for me to do what I want to do, right? The negative is I'll never be one of the best on the team. The positive is I strive to learn and improve and I contribute positively to the team. We got two more. The negative is I'm not talented enough to get that promotion. But the positive is I have unique talents that contribute value and I am promotion worthy. Okay? The last one is the negative is I'll never be a great leader with my lack of confidence. But the positive is I am developing my confidence and leadership abilities every day. Thank you so much. And leadership abilities every day. So remember, guys, that shifting our mindset from a negative to a positive empowers us to overcome challenges and to achieve our goals. Sorry, y'all, give me 2 seconds. But y'all feel what I'm saying, right? Y'all understand what I mean with the beliefs? Do you think that y'all can do that? Like you can start recognizing when you're talking shit about shit to yourself and then change your shit. Yeah. I mean, if you got on a shitty diaper, you gonna just sit in there. After a while, it's gonna start stinking, and you're gonna be sitting yourself like, oh. And that's the same thing you're gonna end up doing with your life. Is looking at your life like, whoa, my life stinks. You know what I mean? And that's not what you want. So why not choose what you want? By changing the way that you think, by rewiring your brain. And guys, please work with me. I can help you a lot better because I can show you what your particular shit is. Because everybody don't have the same shit. Based on the fact that we all experience different things. And even if it was the same type of situation, we still all handle it differently. Right? So the bottom line is what you see is what you see. So I need you guys to start seeing yourself as the healed version of yourself that you are. Visualization is everything when it comes to reprogramming who you are choosing to become and change what you believe about yourself. And I want you all to say, I see her, because this event is I am her, right? All right, so my main thing is all about understanding that I see myself, right? So I want you to say to yourself, like, I see her. I see her. Do you see that version of yourself? Do you see her? Do you see her as prosperous? Do you see her traveling all over the world? Do you see her being fit and eating right? Do you see her putting on a few more pounds so her booty can shake it like her mama gave her? You good? All right. So we're going to close out with some reframing of I see myself. So I want y'all to repeat after me. I see myself prosperous.
I see myself prosperous.
I see myself courageous.
I see myself courageous.
I see myself confident.
I see myself confident.
I see myself abundant.
I see myself abundant.
I see myself loved.
I see myself loved.
And I see myself unstoppable.
And I see myself unstoppable.
Why? Because I see who? I see her. Say it again. I see her. One more time. I see her. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Tequila Dollar.